Ain't got time for that.
Whatever.
Welcome to an Unhelpful Summary. My name is Michael Walker, and today we're talking about Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring, a cooperative trick-taking game, which somehow they managed to fit all on this small little box. It is a cooperative trick-taking game, much like The Crew is, where you're going to deal with the whole deck of cards. A particular card is going to tell you who the first player is, and then you're going to have a list of objectives that you need to complete in order to win the game. In Lord of the Rings, much like The Crew, you're drafting these objectives, but in Lord of the Rings, you're drafting sort of story characters like Gandalf or Frodo or Snow White. And on those character cards are listed the objectives you have to complete before the game is over. So let's get back to the game. Everyone has their cards, and you've drafted your character, and now you have to play a standard trick-taking game in order to complete those objectives while helping your teammates complete their objectives, which could be anything from winning a certain number of tricks, or a certain particular card, or cards of only a single suit, all sorts of different things. Because in Lord of the Ring, in Fellowship of the Ring, there are 18 different chapters, and it sort of grades the difficulty. And the rulebook says you can jump to whatever chapter you like. They do recommend you do 1 through 8. Sort of follow the story along. And it goes through the different steps, and there's little, cards that are inserted that, mix the game up a little bit as you go. Now, one hook of this trick taker is that there are 4 suits of cards that go 1 through 8, except for one of them, which is the ring suit, that only goes through 1 through 5. Now, you can't lead with this ring suit until someone's, thrown one into a hand because they're void in the particular lead suit of that round. So once a single ring card is played for whatever reason, then that gives the opportunity of players to start leading with ring cards. On top of that, the one of rings will win any hand or not. As soon as the player plays the card, they decide whether they want to win that hand. And if they declare that, then it doesn't matter what cards are played, they win that hand. The players win if when all the cards are played, you have completed your objectives, all of your team members have completed their objectives, and then the players win. That is what they call the short game. Because on the chapter card, it lists all the characters that can be played in that chapter. For the long game, because it'll list on the card whether it's a short game or a long game. In a long game, you must complete the objectives of all the characters listed on the card. So depending on the player count, you may have to play multiple games in order to go through all the characters and then complete all their objectives in order to finish the long game. And that's Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring, a cooperative trick-taking game. See you next time. So if you enjoy content like this, unsponsored, unpaid, check out our podcast, check out our future videos. See you next time.